Hello and welcome back to Railway Empire 2. We're sat staring towards Dallas in the distance. We have a few more trains to set up today before we get going. And then possibly a couple of new connections. It wouldn't be a bad idea to connect Deming up from the south. We have the northern connection, but a southern connection would be rather nice. It's a bit of a challenge. Maybe some tunnel work will be required. And we've got a few more freight services to set up as well. That was a nice view, wasn't it, of the main line? We were... Oh, I've lost myself. Where are we? Face north. There we go. Yeah, we were sat down here on the main line. A couple of trains I didn't set up, which I was unsure about in the last video, was the one from Mason Stop into Oklahoma, a direct train, as we don't really need to go and take it from Brown Rest, as that'll be stealing stuff, won't it, from Abilene, possibly Lubbock as well. And wouldn't Amarillo also use the sugar? I mean, they could technically take it from here, but we don't have the bypass yet. We may change it. Dallas does get sugar though, don't you? Oh, I don't know whether you do. Look at that. Okay. A few options. Yeah, we have no trains running from our sugar place here, our sugar plantation. So do we want to buy this? It will be pricey. 1.7 million isn't too bad. I know we're getting close to paying it off, but this will be immediate profit because we're going to... Well, not profit because we're not going to make 1.7 million, but it will be extra income. So let's get one sent into Dallas because we need to pass our sugar over to Brown Rest and our western cities. Freight only. Baldwin 10-wheeler. Wait until 4. There we go. And that'll be our first train. We can always upgrade this then, can't we? Sugar's not the highest of demand, I don't think. That's a level 2 city, isn't it? It's only 0.2 a week. Yeah, that's the demand per week. At level 2, or 2 pips, Abilene is not going to require much then. What, 0.1? Yes. Okay, let's send a train from Mason Stop up to Oklahoma City there. Oklahoma City will need those apples shortly as well. Baldwin 10-wheeler. You also wait until 4. We'll have to keep an eye on that. We do have our deliveries now around the network. They're all going to be for Dallas to start with. Unsurprisingly, we are making beer in Abilene. They do have a direct train from the grain. And no train with grain. Okay, lots of rhyming today. Stops at Brown Rest yet. So what we're going to do is change this one. It's only taking 4. Are we short on grain? Oh, yes, we're absolutely empty. But we're going to change this one to a bit of junction action. To head to the warehouse instead of direct to Abilene. It may need 2 trains heading that way eventually, but as you saw, we don't have the production available at the moment until Wright Farm upgrades to level 2. How much do we owe on our bond? Oh, I thought it was 20 million closer to. No, it's nearly 30 million. Dear oh dear, that's an absolute fortune. We've got trains waiting. What is this for? That's for Dallas. Yeah, you've just done the run. And do we have a train now heading to Brown Rest? We do. Just not much demand. We have one from Brown Rest to Abilene, and we should have one to Amarillo. We don't. Oh, yes, we do have one at Lubbock as well. So we do have the demand there. Do we have the supply? There's the issue. We've earned ourselves a huge 5,129 coins, but it cost us 1.7 million. It's going to cost us more because I'm going to upgrade it. Oh, that's a bargain. I guess at this stage of the game, the purchase price is way above the upgrade price, which isn't the case early on. How are we looking? Oh, we're going to have to send that train out. But this might be the shortest episode in the history of episodes. Oh dear. Well, do we want to bring vegetables into the equation? We could put it here, couldn't we, as well? Perhaps. Maybe. Add vegetables in there. And then add a warehouse over in Lubbock. And that will get that shifted across. Direct, I guess, to Oklahoma City, possibly. And we can then choose to bring in anything else we like at that transfer, can't we? And this is a 2-for-1, isn't it? Couldn't you move closer, just slightly? I would like to get vegetables underway, though. They can technically go on the same line, though, can't they? We can branch in like a giant Y shape. Would we like double platforms? I'm going to do it because money's not really an issue. Well, it is. We owe that much, but it's going to cost us. Let's put that one in for a new platform. I'm pretty confident it's 50k. Yeah, there we go, 50k, which is a drop in the ocean when you've got the funds we have. And it's going to allow us to add trains to it as demand increases. Okay, we need some gridirons at our new stations. We'll need us a maintenance depot. We could stick on a dispatch hall. It just reduces the time they're there, but not really necessary for these rural business stations. Possibly useful at a warehouse, but then you miss out on a maintenance depot, don't you? Right, how much is this to buy? Oh, it's only 1 million. I'll tell you what, we'll just throw money around. And how much is the grain? There we go. I just threw 2 million at these rural businesses. But we're going to make use of them immediately. We do not have a gridiron this side. Oh, that's right. Yes, because they separate. I thought I branched into the gridiron. This will do, though. It keeps them separate, doesn't it? So we have that in now. Now we can set that up. We've got some trains waiting. I'm going to have to take a look at that. Freight only. Baldwin 10-wheeler. Wait until 4. And let's get you delivering as well. We may need to set up a mixed service between Oklahoma City and Lubbock. If it doesn't take any vegetable... Oh, it's taking vegetables. We do have it. There we go. We may need to double up on it then because it's going to get a little bit busier. How are you? Well, if we zoom out, we've got the colour coding here, haven't we? It is busy. Well, I'll tell you what then. We'll double up on you now. Done. Train 2. Are you going to take any goodies? I mean, we don't mind if it's half full or whatever. Yeah, 3 cars. Perfect. Eventually, you're going to start taking other goodies with us. To Perry Terminal. That's where our delay is as we're Are we still waiting on wood? No, not this time. So we don't need this train sitting here like that, do we? So while we've got a chance to reset it, why not? I think there's only 3 trains that run in here anyway. So we can give them 3 platforms and then they can sit and wait for their load, can't they? Let's give you a 3-track gridiron, which is the same length as a 4-track gridiron if you ever need to upgrade later. Unnecessary track there. I mean, you could use it and branch in and have a fancy little junction going on, providing you waypoint them to use it. Otherwise, it will just sit there neglected. At least one of the tracks anyway. Right, there we go. Now it's reset our train over here direct into the station, which also gets rid of that train waiting icon. Being serviced. Perfect. Right, so we've got some new trains set up. I would like to change this one, right? The one heading to Abilene. Yeah, it's not really doing much because we're waiting. Yeah, we're waiting still on that grain. How much would it cost us? No, that's out of our budget. I'm not paying 6 million. We do have a single research point. There's a couple here. Useful. Less useful now because we've got no competition. So if we choose to buy something, we don't get the benefit of the auctions. But given the amount of personnel we have now, yes, absolutely. Reduction in the wage bill at this stage of the game is huge. Right, let's change this train over anyway. Since it's not moving, I would like you to instead go into Brown Rest. It's a shorter route. So, yeah, he's turning around a little bit sooner. Rate only. Wait until 4 should be absolutely fine. We do have a train running into Abilene from Brown Rest. And we do have the mixed service, Lubbock to Abilene. Do we have our mixed service to Dallas? Where are you? Are you in the station? Probably. Are you making us... You are making us decent money. Well, you're going to be serviced. It shouldn't take too long. Does Abilene... Oh, guys, I forgot to put it in. Abilene needs a maintenance depot. There we go. Should we give them a... I'll tell you what, we'll give them a restaurant. Do we have a restaurant down here? It might be better off being a market hall, but it will help our funds. No, because we've got a warehouse there. We have a warehouse over at Lubbock. What does Oklahoma City have? Nothing, so they could have. Yeah, since we... do we have a line from Oklahoma to Abilene? No, but they do change trains, although that's not pleasant. We should possibly set up a direct line, shouldn't we? If there isn't one. Yeah, so in that case, let's go for a market hall. One thing to remember is it's if they start or transfer at this station. So that brings in a whole lot of lines. Now this one might be worth it, near Amarillo. Because we've got the benefit of auctions. Yeah, which would have been nice to take that... oh no, we have the research point. Not that I could have done anything. I don't think we could have gone out. No, we could have, couldn't we? Ah, it's fine, it's fine. Next one, we'll take it. Well, that's kind of nice, given our expansion. Yeah, sure, why not? We can go this way round, can't we? I don't mind it. So, question is, how close are we now? We're going to really have to start thinking about sending that train off. A little under 57,000 to go. That's escalated quickly, hasn't it? I love it. Are we going to get to Deming? Let's take a look. No, what do you got to do? Brand, you got distracted by auctions. We never did set up their mixed service, did we? From Abilene to Oklahoma. Technically, they don't have to. Because they've got... Oklahoma to Dallas to Abilene. They could even go Oklahoma to Lubbock to Abilene. Well, that is a good point. We're sort of cutting out an extra train. But the throughput of passengers and mail, this will allow them to grow a little larger without us having to do anything. So, yes, automatic. Let's get us an Inyo on there. Confirm. Are you going to take anybody? Probably some happier people who don't have to go via Dallas or Lubbock. Nothing wrong with Dallas or Lubbock. Well, there's your answer, guys. It's absolutely jam-packed. So that's lightened the load on anyone changing trains. Which is perfect, isn't it? Alright, what's next? Do we want to connect up Deming to our southern network? We can go to Abilene and we can go to Lubbock, technically. So, yeah, they could branch off, couldn't they? And go around. Oh, Lubbock! What do you need, Lubbock? You need a connection with that wall down there, don't you? We might as well set it up. I mean, we're going to get money from it, aren't we? Now, that possibly only needs to be a single platform, though. Both ways. We'll just have that maybe on its own. Yeah, that'll be fine, wouldn't it? We could branch in freight trains into there if we took it a little more direct. Not necessary, I don't think. Maintenance depots on both stations have been done. Let's give you... Not worth it. No, let's not give you a dispatch hall. I don't see the the need. We should just require a single train running this. Freight only, Baldwin 10-wheeler. Wait until 4. We've not had a new freight train in forever. But research is definitely much slower, isn't it, in Railway Empire 2 than the first one. Let's give you a supply tower down there. We may as well add a couple on our new lines up this end. Now that they're all set up, I think we're good. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot done. I'm seeing a lot of double arrows. Let's remove the contours. That makes me happy. All these new cities we set up. Santa Fe is still struggling. What are you struggling on? Probably a lot of things, to be fair. Let's have a look. You were getting your grain. You're not getting the corn. Corn we have to... Yes, corn we have to set up down here, don't we? And we could either branch that, but we do have space. I kind of like it to put a warehouse, and then we'll just drift in from the corn up there. I don't know what the easiest route would be. Yeah, well, either or. They're both terrible. But if we've only got to go one direction, that's kind of lovely, isn't it? If we sit on there and drift round, is it too awful? We'd have to come in at that gridiron. I guess we could just make a junction. It depends on how terrible it is. Well, I don't think we need to cut through there, do we? Let's bring it out that way. There we go. That's a bit better. Yes. 0%, 1%. It might be time to 4-track that, I believe. Maybe. No, it's just not busy, is it? I always get carried away. I know you could plan for the future, but we could go and do new stuff as well. We're probably going to spend most of our time upgrading industries to make sure we're keeping up with demand. Do we own our corn here? Because it would be nice to push it, wouldn't it? Although that one is right up there, isn't it? Yeah, it's 4.6 million. Into Albuquerque. Freight only, Baldwin 10-wheeler, wait until 4. They're going to take the majority of it first. But what we can do is stick corn in here. Okay, how are we doing? Do we send our train off yet? Not yet, but it is going up rapidly. And how are you doing down here? Yep, you've got all the goodies from that. Right, Oklahoma City. Oh, you can definitely have some new stuff, can't you? You can upgrade from an immigration office to a library, so that'll help you grow a little bit faster. And what else can you do now? You can have an Apple connection, can't you? How are we doing on apples? Plenty in stores. So let's set up a baker stop to Oklahoma City. Freight only, and wait until 4. Done. There we go. Apple's underway. Dallas is a little ways off. We need 45,000, but they're not far off the immigration office, are they? That's at 30,000. Abilene is growing pleasantly. We don't need to spend any money on the settler bonus. Although, if it's only 200,000 now. This accelerates the city's growth by 100%. Does this double it? Like, say it's 100% now. Would it technically double it? Do you know what? We are working on this task, aren't we? It might be worth just spending a little money on that. How much is this one? 350,000. Let's go for it. Let's bump up their growth. Deming should be done. Yeah, Deming's actually close to its second pip. I think it's 20,000, the second pip. Might be 30. No, it is 20,000 because Dallas was 2 pips and they hadn't reached 30,000. So you get an immigration center or office now. Beautiful. That's going to help you grow. This is great. I love it when you set up a new area like this and it all just starts falling into place. Cities are growing very rapidly. This is still going to be a very, very tricky route to set up, isn't it? I guess we could come down here. Technically, there is a gap, isn't there? To get through those mountains and hills. And we do have some spare platforms. Do I want to make use of the supply tower? Not really. Not necessary. Yeah, this is going to be a tricky one. We could plow straight through there. But maybe a scenic route? One for the end of the series to come round the mountains? I sort of like it. If it's pleasant on the old grade, we've got some dodging to do, but we'll kind of curve around. Do we want to head through there or through there, though? I guess a grade wouldn't matter, would it? Am I going to regret this? Possibly. It's very rough terrain. But we can head all the way up and a new platform? Yeah. Let's have new platforms up here. Why not? Now, don't just build it, Grant. 2.1 million. Although this is interesting, what we've done here. We can avoid some of the terrain, can't we? 0%. That's kind of fantastic. We've still got a bit of a speed issue there. We can head up that way. It's still expensive because of this giant tunnel we're creating at the moment. But if we can not do that, that would be great. I guess we could gradually climb up, couldn't we? No, don't add an extra point. Like 2%. There we go, 2% grade. And this needs to come down, which will make us some tunnels. I mean, I do like the tunnels. Yeah, 4% there. It's kind of strange on this corner, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Ah, because we've got this kind of little rock base thing going on. Yeah, you can see it there. But we do need to climb up a little bit if we want to take some of this tunneling out up this end. 3%. I guess we could still go up a little bit round here. Just to reduce the tunnels. Sort of like it. It's still 2 million. But can we actually like go up a decent amount? Yeah, there we go. I think that's a nice route. Damn it, I know this is a little excessive. We could perhaps move it slightly over that way and just bring it down to 2%, minus 2% down there. There we go. That's a little better, isn't it? And we'll bring that one down. Oh, look at the price difference there. But we still get like a sort of viaduct thing going on, although it's removed the strengthening, which is a little bit sad, but yeah, I like it. Right, and we can magically double track it. Beautiful. And we can turn this into a 4-track gridiron. That's lovely, and we can do the same over here. I don't mind resetting trains at this point. We'll definitely need some supply towers on this run, won't we? Probably just before the junction will do. Yes, not that it matters, they're separate tracks. Maybe one before this junction. So they've got a selection. Direction of travel definitely required, and there's an express line. So we're running from not Lubbock to, that won't work, to Deming, and we'll take automatic. Sure, we don't mind automatic, although, do we? Yeah, well, they'll get some cloth. That might not be a bad idea. We could always distribute some cloth from Deming. Yes, I do like that a lot. Isn't that our tailors as well? So, well, not tailors, whatever it is. Weaving factory. I think it's a weaving factory, right? Yes. Weaving mills. There we go. We could upgrade it. We've got plenty in store, though, which may not be the case much longer. As demand increases. How are we doing? I think it's time to think about sending out our train, because we're getting a little bit close now. And we may be able to just fast forward it at this point. This train will more than likely... Oh no, I've stuck a Baldwin 10-wheeler on. I got carried away. It is taking a lot of freight though, and it does have a climb. But I feel like the Inyo can do it. What do you reckon, guys? Can the Inyo manage that? It's got 64% versus 70%. I would say yes. There we go. You be an Inyo instead. He just slowed down on the corner there. Given that, I'm going to double up because stores of cloth are going to be required. Let's just stick a warehouse on here. So we're importing our cloth to send up to Albuquerque. Beautiful. And from Albuquerque, I guess you can make use of our existing warehouse here and send up some cloth to Santa Fe. And then hopefully they'll grow. I doubt they're going to grow before the end of the episode. We could always get rid of the steel mill and give them beer. Because there's no beer over this way, is there? No. Yes, there is indeed no beer. If we buy that, how much would it cost? Pricey, but I would like them to make beer. So we'll buy that, and then we'll delete it, and then we'll build us a brewery. There we go. Santa Fe, you now have a brewery. We'll build it over that way. Why not? Marvellous. That will increase demand of our grain over there. And they should see a pickup now for grain to Santa Fe. There we go. Marvellous. Right, let's hit fast forward and see how that goes. A lot of these X's are because we just simply don't have the production at the places that require it. And these guys, what are you actually? Why are you waiting so long? You are going to Abilene. You should be waiting till 4 though, right? Yeah, maybe we don't need you waiting till 4. No, that's fine because we don't want you taking anything back. So yeah, you wait until 4. What are you? You're running to Lubbock. You got a few goodies on there as well. And Lubbock should start distributing its clothing now. Is what I'm. It's not clothing, cloth. Well, I mean, it can become clothing. So I say we push production there. Double up on production. Doesn't look like we're going to get rid of our debt there. How did I miss that? We are missing a supply tower just there. Ah, well, that's fine. That's fine. In fact, we could have one up here as well for those express trains. If we've still got one running. We do, don't we? Let's just double check. Do we have one running on here? We do. The Albuquerque to Denver Express. Bit of a strange one, but we'll leave it there regardless. I mean, it's not that strange, is it? Denver is just massive now. Dear oh dear. Yeah, we don't own any of those, so you'll have to upgrade them yourself, Mr. AI. Dallas does have its immigration office now. Who would be next for immigration? It would be Lubbock, wouldn't it? And maybe Albuquerque? Yes, Albuquerque as well. Let's get you with an immigration office. Deming is growing. That's good to see. Santa Fe has double arrows. That makes me extremely happy. Beautiful. All these other places do have the city buildings, don't they? No, Cheyenne does not. They've grown a lot. Rock Springs doesn't need one. Oh, Omaha actually needs a university. Look at that. How fast they grew. Over the course of the series, I guess it wasn't that quick. But yes, you can grow a little bit further. And what has that done for the scores on the doors? We should send a train off, shouldn't we? Absolutely. I'm a little bit worried that it'll get there before we hit 900,000. But for the end of the episode, we are going to be setting up a run. Oh, please tell me we have. Please tell me we have the stores. Yes, it's fine. Please tell me we have the stores. We do. Right. Set it up. Bid? Yes, absolutely. I don't know what we bought. I don't really care. I'm a little bit excited. Wichita to Deming, wouldn't it? And you're taking that lovely route. I don't mind it. You would only like to take our chemicals. Minimum of 4? Yes. That's what I'm going with. Freight only. It is 4, isn't it? I'm going to run with 4. We can change it at the last second, if not. Freight train? Maybe? It doesn't really matter, does it? Confirm that. We're going to have to keep an eye on this train and make sure it aligns perfectly with our 900,000 population task. Let's just double check it is 4. It is 4. I say 4. It's taking a full train load. Well, that's pleasant to see. We haven't really done much with Wichita, but that train got in and out, didn't it? Just fine. Marvellous. So he's on his way. What we've got to keep an... Oh, we've done it. We've done it. We could have sent it earlier, in fact. It's on fast forward. So what we're going to do, after we've checked the scores, is come back in. I would like to take our Lubbock to Deming Express.
An army of godly settlers inhabits the West, where once the wind blew across barren land. Change is happening, and it's all thanks to you, my friend.
It is indeed thanks to us, and we've got a rail network and a half, haven't we? Where's our train? I clicked off it, which it doesn't matter now, does it? No. But it'll be nice to keep an eye on it. It's slowly making its way round. I say slowly, it's doing 43 miles an hour. It could technically be express freight because the average speed has to be 37 miles per hour for that. However, it requires express goods, which we do not take. No, this is purely for our chemicals. Wow, Santa Fe has stepped it up a bit, hasn't it? Dear oh dear, that went through the roof. In fact, couldn't we have a little bit of beer in here now? Marvellous. We could have done the same with cloth at Deming, but we import it now from our weaving mill. So I think we're good to go for the end of chapter 3. I can't remember how many more. Are there 1 or 2 more? I don't know, we'll find out. We're going to be doing them all. That's a wood train. Why are you looking at that? Is that the one? There we go. You actually, yeah, you get through there pretty quick, don't you? I know it's on fast forward. What I'm going to do is I should save it here. Right, yes, I quickly saved it. I'm going to do a little test, not for this episode, but I'll let you know my findings in the community section on the YouTube channel. But I would like to see how much of a score I get waiting on sending the train out, because I'll delete it and sort that all out, versus paying off the loan first. Yeah, I mean, it will be a good comparison, wouldn't it? And see how much of a score we get deducted.
Wonderful. Your delivery has arrived. These building materials are indispensable to complete our project.
Have we done it?
You've done it.
Yes.
America's second transcontinental railroad is now complete. As it says in the Psalms, let everything that has breath praise the Lord. Hallelujah. I must admit, I've heard many stories about your abilities, but the reality makes them all pale in comparison. I'm deeply in your debt. Our company is superior to all competition. We're more successful than I ever dared to dream. We're even part of a transcontinental railroad. And yet I believe this is not the end. With God's help, we can reach the Pacific without Huntington.
Despite the struggles, the mountains, and the inhospitable terrain, a second transcontinental rail link had been created. Where herds of buffalo had once grazed, fields of wheat now blew in the wind. The Santa Fe route had permanently changed the face of the landscape. The Wild West was about to be tamed. Two giants had once joined hands in Deming, but in the end, both were dissatisfied with the result. A separation was inevitable. The Santa Fe Company would reach Los Angeles in 1887, and the Southern Pacific also began to rededicate itself to the realization of its sunset route.
There we go, guys. Chapter completed. Marvellous. We got maximum score, as in chief executive. Scoreboard wise, I can't see that being a good score. I could be wrong. Time bonus was obviously not great, but I enjoyed it. That's what matters. Absolutely. We'll have a quick look at the friends ranking. There we go. Anakin up there at rank 65. Go Anakin. That's impressive. We are just about in the top 100. There we go. Oh dear. That's out of nearly 8,000 people, so I'm happy about that. Not 8,000 friends, no. 8,000 people. We've got Aztec Gaming there. Count 29, Texas Gaming Industries. Oh, it's you two. Guys, we'll go and take a ride on a train now, and it will be that one I showed you. I am absolutely loving the campaign. We've not even got to the rest of the game yet. But we need to continue playing, don't we? Alright guys, we have just left Lubbock and on our way to Deming. We've completed our scenario. We got a decent-ish score. We took our time, we enjoyed ourselves, and that's what matters. We'll see what our little route here is like. A few grades, but I don't think there'll be too much trouble for our Inyo here. It is the Inyo, isn't it? I did go for the Inyo. I can't remember. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for Chapter 3. Chapter 4 next, and maybe 5. Are there 4 or 5? Let me know in the comments. And until then, take care.